Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking to you about bookings. First I'm going to talk to you about booking opportunities from your follow-up on Project Broadcast. And then I'm going to talk to you about bookings at home parties. Okay, so first of all, if you do not have Project Broadcast, I highly recommend that you get it. It's very inexpensive for all the benefits that you receive. It makes my customer follow-up so much simpler, so much easier, so much less time consuming. I can set it up, schedule all the text, and then they just run automatically, and I'm not having to make myself notes to text this person on this day or whatever. After I have a party, I sit down, I load all of the guests' numbers and names in there. I attach them to my follow-up campaign for that particular host, and it's done. Okay. Now I do a 2-day, 2-week, 2-month, and 6-month text, and I'm about to add a 1-year text, like a 1-year happy anniversary, happy Norwex anniversary text to that. So that would be a total of 5. Actually, I have a 6th one in there too. I do have a text that comes between the 2-day and 2-week text about a week, and it's supposed to arrive to them when shipping is on normal time. It's supposed to get to them right about the time that their order gets to them, and it's a reminder to post their goodies on my VIP page on Facebook so that they can go into my monthly drawing. Okay. But the other ones are the 222, which is recommended by Norwex, and then the 6-month. And like I said, I'm going to add a 1-year. So the only one of those where I actually specifically mention booking is the 2-week. So I basically say, is your Norwex still in the box, or have you used your Norwex? Do you love it? What do you think? Do you have any questions? Have any issues? Something along those lines. And I ask them if I can send them some dates to choose from for a party. Okay. A lot of people just don't respond, and that's fine. I don't, text them and say, hey, did you get my message? Do you want to book a party? I don't want anybody to think I'm pressuring them to have a party, or, I don't want anybody to think I'm pressuring them, harassing them, whatever. Some people will respond and say, hey, yeah, I got my stuff, thanks, not interested in a party. That's fine too. I'm not going to try to convince them to have a party. Some people will respond though, and they are open. I mean, occasionally you'll get lucky and you'll have some text, you'll be like, sure, send me some dates. Easy enough, right? But a lot of times what happens is someone will text me and they'll say, well, I've thought about having a party, but I just don't know. I don't know that I have people who would come, or, well, my house is just not big enough, or, well, my friends don't really use social media. They'll have some sort of, I don't want to call it an excuse. That sounds rude because it's legitimate to them, but they'll have some sort of concern. So your job as the consultant is to help them work through that concern, not to manipulate them into having a party, no, but it's to help them legitimately work through that concern. They're expressing to you that they've thought about it and they would like to, but they have these holdups that are keeping them from booking. Okay. So, you don't have I don't think I have a lot of people that would come. That's fine. You don't need a huge party. If just a couple people come, that's fine. Those people are being introduced to Norwex, and you're going to have a fun time no matter what. If you're talking about a Facebook party, obviously that person doesn't have to clean their house. They also don't have to worry about it being local. They can have people on from all over the country. Let them know you're going to be right there with them every step of the way to guide them and how to invite people if it's online, how to add them to the page, what to say, what to post, all that. You're going to be helping them and supporting them along the way. And always let them know that the average Norwex hostess earns $200 in free products. So it's an awesome hosting program. But don't ever make anybody feel like you're trying to manipulate them into hosting. And definitely don't pressure them. People don't like being pressured. People don't like feeling backed into a corner. If they keep coming up with reasons or just keep, maybe being negative about it or whatever. There's just times you're going to perceive the situation is just not worth continuing. So do your best to help that person work through whatever concerns they have. And I think most of the time you'll be able to work through those concerns and help that person feel good about having a party, whether it's online or home, and make that work for them and for you and get that person on your calendar. But some people you just got to bless and release and just move on. Okay. So that's in the very specific 2-week text where I ask them about booking a party. Okay. But there's also plenty of other opportunities in your follow-up. In my 2-month and my 6-month follow-up, I offer a percentage off on an order. If they message me, I think it's within 48 hours. You can do it whatever time frame you want to. If that person responds to you and says, yeah, I would like to place an order, whatever, in your conversation, you can always offer them a higher percentage off or free shipping or a free item or whatever if they also at that time book a party. So you can always I'm not going to say always, a lot of the time though, you can turn your conversation very organically into booking. Okay, especially if they are responding to your text about ordering. Clearly there's stuff that they want. And I don't think I've met a single person who's tried Norwex who doesn't have a Norwex wish list. So that's another thing you can always mention. If you have a Norwex wish list, hosting is the best way to get that stuff because you're going to get it free or heavily reduced instead of paying the retail cost for it. So it's really awesome deal, awesome program, however you want to word it. Also, just real quick, whenever I don't usually do it for flash sales, but when I do the big sales like the 12 days of Christmas or the spring hacks, or I'm about to do a Christmas in July sale, at the end of that sale, so it'll be like usually 12 days, or spring hacks I think maybe only was a week, but nonetheless it's a week or two of sales every single day. You combine that order at the very end of the sale. I offer a flat rate shipping. And so when I'm checking those people out at the end of that sale, I ask every single person if they want to book a party as part of this sale, and I offer them something. Okay, so this past year at 12 Days of Christmas, I offered them a free laundry product of their choice. Okay, and I got, I think, 3 or 4 bookings off of that. I don't remember off the top of my head how many people closed out orders from that, but that was 3 or 4 bookings that obviously I didn't have before, and all it cost me was a bag of laundry detergent or a bottle of stain remover, whatever they chose. So that's something that I always do. And one of those parties, by the way, she had to move it a couple times. I'm closing it out today, and it's a party that's over $1,000. So you just never know. And something that Megan Slate always says is that you gotta give to get. So some of those people may not have been willing to book a party if I just asked them, but they were enticed by that freebie. So it got those bookings on my calendar, and it's something, especially if you have nothing or only a little bit. Okay, if you're struggling with those bookings, sometimes you're going to have to offer a little bit more to get those on your calendar and sort of get your ball rolling again. All right, home parties. Okay, so home parties, and this goes the same for online parties too. Everybody that comes to you to order, ask them if they want to book a party. And like I said before, an easy sort of in with that or segue, especially if you're conversing with that customer, about what they're ordering, and you'll hear someone say, oh, I really want this, but I can't spend that much money tonight or whatever. Well, if you host, we can get you that for free or heavily discounted. Have you seen next month's rewards? Check this out and see if there's any items in there that interest you. And when you host a party, it's not just the stuff on this reward sheet that you can earn. you earn a percentage back in Hostess credit to spend on whatever you want. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same. Just, again, don't manipulate, don't pressure that person into having a party. You still want them to absolutely, at the end of the day, have a choice and not feel like they didn't have any sort of choice in having this party with you. But our rewards program is incredibly attractive. Like, it really, really is. And some people just don't understand it. They don't comprehend it until the stuff is like in the box at their door. And they open it up and they're like, holy crap, look at all the stuff that I have. Sometimes it is hard to comprehend, especially if they've had a party with another direct sales company. And the programs, honestly, out there with other direct sales companies, they're just not that great. So if that's what they have in their head and that's what they're comparing it to, they just may not truly understand. Show them that rewards graphic. Something that I started doing too at the beginning of my home parties is I give a little quarter sheet. I just cut up computer paper into quarters, and I tell them to keep, as I'm going through the presentation, I tell them to make a wish list on one side, and then the other side I tell them to make a list of people that they think of that would benefit from Norwex. So that's two big things when they come to you to order at the end of the night, because you already have, well, one of the big things that people will say is, well, I don't know who would come. Well, if they've got even just a couple people on their list, then that's not true. They can't tell you that because they already have started a list of people who will come. And then on the other side, their wish list, well, that's all the stuff that you can say, hey, you could get this for free or discounted by hosting a party, okay? It doesn't always work. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes they still won't. And sometimes you might try really, really hard at that party and they're still kind of like, oh, I don't know. But then once they get their products and they use them, then at that 2-week text, they've gotten them and they've realized how awesome these products are. And they're like, okay, I think I can do this. So just really use those opportunities, those little opportunities here and there. Don't harass, don't manipulate. And like I said, little things like what I do at the home party, having to make a wish list and having to make a list of people that they think need Norwex, so they've already got their guest list started. Little things here and there to just get them thinking about hosting. Those little things they're kind of doing on their own, and that helps you out when you get to that point of having that conversation with them. So, thanks for watching.